Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. How are y'all doing this morning on this Monday, February, whatever 10th, whatever day it is, 2025? I want to say, whatever. It is what day it is, goddammit. Whatever day of the month they calling it, it is what it is. But anyway, how y'all doing, man? Stab to the Gorilla, aka The Definition. Tyrus Bane here. Hitting y'all with this live stream just to go over this incident that happened over the weekend in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where a black security guard stopped a mass shooting using an AR-15, using a rifle, and wounding the guy, right? Wounding the would-be mass shooter. He didn't kill him. It was a non-life-threatening wound that he gave this guy, who's lucky. And I just wanted to touch on that real quick, on how important it is. This highlights the importance of being able to defend yourself and being able to stop violence from occurring using your own, right? Using your own knowledge, your own abilities, your own self, relying on yourself to keep yourself safe. It just highlights the importance of how not waiting for the police to do anything, taking action yourself, how that can make the difference, right? It made the world a difference. Cameron, what's good? How you doing? What's up? Yes, top of the morning. But think about that, right? This security guard apparently was securing a nightclub, and I guess somebody was about to try to start blasting away at people, and he took action and shot the guy first. Shot the guy before he could get off any rounds, right? And he let off quite a few shots if you look at the video. If you look at the video, he let off quite a few shots, but it worked. He stopped the guy from shooting anybody, and not only that, but he didn't shoot anyone himself, right? You can see people are behind him. They're on the ground, and they are looking to him for protection. And that's what they did, and that's what he did, right? And this just highlights, if you take your safety and your security seriously, no matter where you are, you could do the same thing, right? This highlights how you can make that difference. You can be that difference. What's good? Your name is Isabella. Good morning, Isabella. But think about that. Think about that. Because, yeah, this guy was a security guard. Obviously, he was trained and trained well. And he was the only one, right? He was the only one that engaged with the would-be shooter. He was the only one that stepped up to stop it. He was the only one. Now, he's security. You would expect that. Oh, well, this guy is security guard, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what he's there for. And yes, this is very, very true. This is very true. But that does not mean that more people, or that you yourself can't be equipped and ready to defend yourself in the same way he was able to do that. Because he's just one guy, right? Think about this. He's one guy. He's engaged with one other guy that he knows of that is trying to commit violence. What if there were more? What if there were 3 or 4 of those guys? What if he was a distract? What if the guy that he engaged with was just a diversion, just a distraction, right? You know, or not even that. What if he had to engage in multiple people? and he's just one guy with one rifle. Well, it could have been a lot worse. But thankfully, it was just one individual that he had to engage with, and he did not have to worry about anything else. But if you are out and about, right? If you're out and about, it's very important to understand that you are subjecting yourself to a violation of your own rights and your own safety. There are going to be people out there all the time, and it's always going to be this way. It doesn't matter what type of society we live in, government, no government, it doesn't matter, right? There's always going to be someone out there that is going to try and violate you. Why? Because maybe it's a power thing, maybe they're desperate, maybe they want what you have. There's always going to be that out there. Maybe you stepped on their shoe. You know, maybe you looked at them the wrong way. You never know what would trigger people to want to come at you, right? So it's important to be on point like that security guard was, even when you're not the security guard. Do you get what I'm saying? This was, it worked out perfectly for this guy. It worked out perfectly for everyone involved, except for the shooter. The shooter, not so much. It didn't work out too well for them, except the shooter did not die. The shooter was hit and wounded with non-life-threatening wounds. The would-be shooter, the would-be mass shooter. Whereas the actual shooter, the security guard, he suffered no injuries. He was not shot himself. Didn't even look like the guy was able to shoot back at him. Everything went the way it should have gone. The security guard did his job as he should have, and it worked out great. It worked out perfectly. And the cops weren't around. The security guard had to handle it. The security guard is not a cop. And it also highlights that when seconds count, cops are minutes away. So this guy handled within seconds what the police would not have been able to do at all, period, point blank. Now, there have been instances where there were shootings and a cop or multiple cops happened to be like right down the road there, or they were seconds away, and they were able to engage with the shooter and take the shooter out, but not before the shooter had already shot a few people. But that security guard was there. He was alert. He was aware. He saw what was going on and put a stop to it. That just shows the beauty of human capability. It shows you, like, look, man, if I'm on point like this security guard, when I'm out and about and I have my own tool, I can do the same thing. I can stop someone from harming myself, my family, and others just by being equipped with the right tools and with the right state of mind, right? K-Bar was good. You're welcome. But see, this is why I don't drink. This is why I don't get high. This is why I don't do any of that. I don't indulge in mind-altering substances because I have to stay alert. I want to be alert. I have to stay aware of my surroundings. I have that situational awareness, and this is why I do it. I would be in the same state of mind as that security guard if I were to go to the club. Like my wife wanted to go clubbing or go dancing, go to a, whatever. And I was like, okay, we can go. But I'm going to stay sober. I'm not going to drink anything. I'm not going to smoke. I'm going to have my mind clear and free. And I'm going to be able and be alert. And I'm going to be able to see what's going on. Here's the problem, though, y'all. Here's the problem with that. when you go to the club, you can't be armed. You're not supposed to be armed. You have to go through security. They're going to check you for any weapons. And this is unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate that it has to be that way. But the bottom line is that's the reality. When you go to places like a club, they don't want you to be armed. Kelvin Black was good. They don't want you to be armed. This is a problem. This is why I don't go to the clubs. This is why I try not to go anywhere where you cannot carry concealed. Right? If you can't carry concealed, I don't like going there. I don't like spending time there. Like there's this bowling alley, right, that I go to. I'm not going to mention the name of the bowling alley. But, I live in a constitutional carry state. And certain private businesses, if they don't want you to carry in their store or in their place of business, they have to put up a sign saying, don't do it. Well, this bowling alley that I like to go to with my kids, the sign says no open carry. It says no open carry, which I don't like to do anyway. I don't like to open carry. I don't need everybody knowing what the hell I'm carrying and where. And no. But it does not say no concealed carry. So if it don't say no concealed carry, then what am I to do? It says no open carry. I'm obviously then not going to open carry. So I'm going to concealed carry because I'm out with my kids. I'm enjoying bowling, and it doesn't say no concealed carry. So I'm a concealed carry and not open carry. Bada boom, bada bing. I think I got it covered. Because guess what? Even though I'm in the bowling alley, I'm supposed to be enjoying myself with my kids. It's supposed to be a good family time. You never know who's going to try to run up in there and start some shit. You never know who's going to want to go up in there and say, you know what? I want to shoot a bunch of people today for no fucking reason. Because we live in a world where that's a reality, where people do that. For whatever reason. For whatever reason they have, they feel like, oh, I got to go do this. Well, guess what? I am going to be equipped. And when you put up signs like, oh, no concealed carry, no open carry, you're letting them know, come into the shooting gallery. And you're not, if you're going to, I don't understand that about these private businesses. If you're going to put up no open carry, no concealed carry, then maybe you should have somebody at the door checking everybody that comes through to make sure they're not actually carrying. But that's a whole nother ordeal there, right? Queen Mother Shaquila, how you doing this morning? Cameron says that they have concealed carry. Yeah, I concealed carry. Now, it didn't say no concealed carry. It said no open carry. The bottom line is you never know what you might run into on any given day. You don't know who might show up to where you are on any given day to commit some type of violence. And you basically got to be ready like that security guard, right? And he had an AR-15 or a rifle. It's not very convenient to carry a rifle around everywhere, especially because you can't really conceal. You can't really carry a rifle, right? And so, you got people going to look at you crazy. They're going to be, people are going to be, they're going to be nervous. And yeah, it's not very ideal, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. This security guard was able to engage and kill this dude, or not kill him, but stop this dude before he killed anybody. Worked out great. It just reminds me of what can happen anywhere at any time. And this is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I have been to Chattanooga before. It doesn't look like a very rowdy and dangerous place, but I spent some time there, when I was working close to Tennessee in Georgia. I visited quite a few times, and it seemed like a low key, it doesn't seem rowdy or, it seems like a lot of shit going there like that. But it doesn't matter where you are. Anything can happen anywhere. Anything can happen anywhere. We got to start thinking about what we need to do to defend ourselves and our family in case no one else around is going to be able to protect us. Because what if that security guard was not there? What if that security guard was not there and not as sharp as he was and was not able to engage with the shooter or would be shooter? What would happen if he wasn't there? Man, these are things you got to think about. You want to be optimistic. You want to have optimism bias, right? And you want to say, hey, look, man, the bottom line is the security guard was there. The security guard stopped him. The security guard was alert. The security guard did his job. Yes, he did. He was. And that's good. But that is a level of optimism bias that can also be very dangerous, right? It's always good to look at the positive, but it's also good to look at the realities. Look at things as a wake-up call, right? I survived today. I survived another day because this security guard was there and he was alert and he was doing his job properly. I survived because someone else was ready. Think about that. Your life hinged on whether or not that security guard was competent, aware, and gave a fuck enough to protect the whole goddamn club. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. But again, that is something that, should be a wake-up call as well and let you know, like, look, man, the world we live in today, in this society we live in, even though we do have this optimism bias, we have a false sense of safety, we have a false sense of security due to the government giving us the impression that this is a particularly or relatively safe society. And, sometimes I don't think about it. When I go somewhere, am I thinking about the nearest exit? Am I positioning myself to where I can see who's coming in and coming out, coming in and out? Do I know where all the alternate exits are? Am I thinking about where good cover would be? Am I thinking about these things? Am I thinking about, who else around looks like they ready to get down with the business if something pop off? Oh, good. How you doing? Got somebody in the chat from Russia. But think about it. Because that's what I do when I go places. When I go places, like say I go out to eat with my family, I'm always going to position myself to where I can see the front door. So I can see who's coming in and out. I try not to sit near windows or whatever, because you never know what's going to happen, like I said, man. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And you can still enjoy what you're doing and still be alert. It's okay. But, you know, it worked out perfectly. You know, big up and shout out to this guy, the security guard, that saved so many people's lives. He did a great thing. And hopefully this showed people like, look, I need to be on point when I go places. You know, and like I tell you guys, we exist in an environment where anything can pop off at any time, but thankfully we do have this ability to a degree to exercise our right to keep and bear arms. There are over 400 million firearms in this country among the regular folk. Among the regular folk that have the ability to have, and they do have, firearms. Right? 150 million adults, 400 million firearms. Listen, that's why we don't get fucked with like we don't get fucked with. But they, of course, they want to change that. They want to reverse. They want to remove a lot of freedoms. You know what I'm saying? When they should be giving us all of our freedoms, they want to take more away to make us easier to control. And so that's the world we live in today. That's how we live in. That's how we exist in this world today within this country. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I just wanted to touch on a different aspect of that incident and just highlight, right? Highlight how much success you can have in defending yourself and others just by being alert enough and being ready and being equipped. Being equipped is crucial. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. And much love, like, share, subscribe, and make sure y'all keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.